Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's not that old really, but it is very collectible, and it is based on the classic 1970s television series Space 1999. And it is from 1612, terrific manufacturers of classic models. But I thought it was only fitting that we do some of the 1612 models, considering that they're no longer producing the models other than the studio scale models. So this particular one we're looking at today is from their micro series, Moonbase Alpha series, and it is of the Rescue Eagle, as was featured in the television series. We all know that Space 1999 was a British science fiction television program. It ran for 2 series from 1975 to 1977, and the premiere episode was set in the year 1999, with nuclear waste being stored on the moon's far side, and it explodes, knocking the moon out of orbit and sending it and the inhabitants of Moonbase Alpha hurtling uncontrollably into space. And then the whole series, or the 2 series in actual fact, is all based on them trying to find a new home, somewhere where they could come off Moonbase and find an Earth-like planet where they can live out the rest of their lives. A lot of stars in it. The 2 main stars at the time were Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, who were husband and wife team, and they were obviously well known for the Mission Impossible television series. Also had Barry Morse and Prentice Hancock in season 1. He was quite known for his appearances in Doctor Who television episodes. And Nick Tate, who was in both seasons as Alan Carter. Zena Merton, who played Sandra Baines, and quite a few others in the first season. Second season, we saw the appearance of Catherine Schell as Maya, who was the Metamorphosis, and also the second in command, Tony Ann Holt, who played Tony Verdeshi. Okay, let's not digress any further. This is the model in front of us. I'll say it's all based on the Gerry Andersons very, very popular TV series Space 1999. Just one little bit of trivia I would like to mention is that Space 1999 was the most expensive television series at the time. The 2 seasons together totaled £4.8 million to produce, which at that time was unheard of. It was an absolute astonishing amount of money to spend on a television program. It's certainly in the UK anyway. So it was the most expensive television series of all time at that time. Anyway, this is the Rescue Eagle in front of us, and this is the card it comes on. And it says Space 1999 Rescue Eagle. And you can see you've got the eagle with the detachable pod. And if I just raise it at the bottom a little bit there, it says featuring detachable pod and Aluminium Engine Bells. You've got the ITV Studios logo at the bottom there, and it says 14 and up. Okay, that's the front of the packet. Let's turn it around and see what we got on the back. So I'll turn the pack around, and this is what we've got on the back. So you can see at the top right hand corner again, you've got the Alpha Moonbase logo, and it says Rescue Eagle, and you can see an image of the eagle there at the loading bay on the hangar base, and that's a still from the television series. And it says identified by the bold red stripes on the pod. These eagles have been adapted for field diagnostic and treatment of injury or disease that may be encountered on the planet's surface or in deep space. Manned by medical personnel, Rescue Eagles are equipped with mobile beds, patient monitor units, and facilities for field surgery as required. 1612 Collectibles is proud to present this highly detailed replica featuring detachable pod and real Aluminium Engine Bells, dedicated to the inspiration and memory of Gerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson. Space 1999. For more exciting collectibles, visit www.1612.com. And you've got 1612 Collectibles Limited and their Glastonbury, Somerset address. It says not suitable for children under 36 months. Colour of contents may vary, made in China, and it's item number ALP2, so the Alpha Moonbase 2. 1612 Collectibles Limited logo and the ITV Studios logo, and you've got the copyright and warning information at the very bottom of the packet. Okay, that is the back of the packet. What I want to do now is I'm going to see if I can open this and remove the model from the packet so we can have a good look at it and get some sizes of it outside of the packet. Okay, so I've removed the contents from the box, and this is what we got. So we've got the actual eagle itself. Now you can see it is a micro eagle, so it is quite small in comparison to all the other models that 1612 did, but it is still very detailed, but just on a smaller scale. And of course you've got the rescue pod, which slots into the bottom of the model here, which we'll put that on in a second. And then we also have the moonbuggy in miniature, and that's the buggy that they used to transport the personnel around Moonbase on the dark side of the moon to where the nuclear waste was stored. Now I just want to get some measurements on this, because they are, as I say, they're micro, so they're very small. So the moonbuggy is 1 centimeter in length by about 3/4 of a centimeter in width, and probably about 1/2 centimeter in height, I would say. Yeah, 1/2 centimeter in height. So it is very, very small, but for an item that small, it is very, very detailed and does look very good, and it is in scale with the rest of the models. So the pod itself, now that measures in at 4.5 centimeters, but if we measure from the clips which attach it to the eagle, then it's 5 centimeters. If we measure across the widest point, we're looking at 2.5 centimeters. And height wise, if we measure from the stand at the bottom to the top, again we're looking at about 1 3/4 centimeters. So it's just under 2 centimeters height. Okay, and then the eagle. So the length of the eagle, we are looking at 12.5 centimeters, and that's from the tip of the nose cone to the back of the rockets. If we measure the height, well, we're 3 centimeters from the bottom of the landing pad to the top of the support. And width wise, if we measure across the landing bay, we're 5.5 centimeters. So there we go. That gives you the idea of the size of the eagle. Now, as it says in the packet, those are real aluminium rocket blasters at the back there. The rest of the model, it appears to be all in plastic. I think that's the only metal part of the model, is those booster rockets at the back. So everything else, the whole model is all built in nice sturdy plastic. Then of course the pod just pops on. It goes into the slots, I believe. Yep, there we go. So you just, unlike the other ones where they've got the buttons that release them, this one doesn't, because it's micro. But if you can see, you've got the inside the bottom of the pod there, you've got the little latches, and you push them in to insert or remove it. So to take it out, again, you would push it forward, and that would release the pod. So you can see there, if I press that, you can see that the button's moving. It's a little bit difficult to get your fingers into because of the size, but that is basically when you press them in, you can see the buttons move, and then you push the button back to release the pod. So let's put it back into the model there. Easiest way to do it really is just to open that up and pop it in. Saves you, if your fingers are too big like mine, you're not going to get your finger in there to open it. So there we are. That is the rescue eagle, together with the Moonbase buggy, the moonbuggy. Now let's just have a zoom in now and see how detailed this model is. Now you could be forgiven for thinking that this was a full-size model, because the detail on it is absolutely superb, and does look just like the full scale, the 12-inch white versions that they do. If you didn't know, and we zoomed in like this, you would swear this was a 12-inch one, but it's obviously not. It's much smaller than that. But the detailing you can see of the nose cone is amazing, and the side of the model, everything is as detailed as the 12 inches. Obviously the only thing is it's not built in die cast. Is the whole thing is built in plastic, apart from the aluminium engines. But the detailing is phenomenal. It's absolutely beautiful, and because it's made in plastic, there's not going to be any damaging or scratching to it either. It is a really, really nice model. Now 1612 produced 5 different Eagles that went with this collection, which is the Moonbase Alpha collection, and they also produced the Launchpad. Now we will be doing videos shortly on all of the micro scale Eagles, because we have plenty of them in stock, and also the Launchpad, which was an electronic Launchpad with actions and sounds. So stay tuned for that, because that will be coming soon. Okay, that is about as much as I can tell you on these Eagles. I know you're going to ask me now, how well did they do? Well, they were released in 2021, but they were most of them were on pre-orders, so you could start ordering these 2 years prior to them actually being released. On the 1612 website, I think it was 2019 or the beginning of 2020 that you could start to place your order for these particular models. It did take rather a long time. It was 18 months to 2 years before they finally had them in, and they were dispatched in late 21. I think just in time for Christmas we got them. And to be honest with you, it was well worth the wait, because the quality and the workmanship are second to none with 1612. They really did not scoop or cut any corners. They did everything in such detailing. So a terrific series. I don't know what the final numbers of these were. With the 12-inch ones, they came with stickers with the limited edition numbers, the number of the item and the number of the edition, or the quantity in the edition. But there's no numbering on these ones, so I'm not sure of the actual quantities that were produced. But 1612, they did have them in stock for a fair amount of time, until they sold out. And obviously since then they have appeared on some of the platforms. They did do rather well. The whole amount that was produced did eventually sell out, or I think it took longer than what they anticipated. But obviously with all these collectibles, limited editions, they only go one way in price, they go up. And obviously since they've been sold out, they've appeared on platforms, and the prices do seem to be going up and up and up as they get harder and harder to find, which is pretty standard with all collectibles these days. Okay, so it was only 4 years ago when they were released, so they do still appear on the platforms fairly semi-regularly. You do see four of the individual Eagles, and the 5th Eagle only came with the Launchpad, but you do also see the Launchpad appearing from time to time on the platforms, as well as these Eagles. All being sold as new. I don't think I saw anything as used. So wherever you buy them from, they will be in the condition that this particular one is. We were fortunate. We managed to buy out a big lump of stock from a closed down comic and toy bookshop, and there was an awful lot of 1612 models that were actually in that shop unsold, and we were fortunate that stock was part of our buyout, and we are now able to offer it to our customers on the Midas Touch website. And as of today, this particular model, along with all of the other Eagles and the landing platforms, are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful micro Eagle with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.